Hey guys, this is Al again. I'm over here at the shop. It's Sunday the 3rd of March, and today I'm going to be working on the Bentley Brooklands. So as you can see by the dust, I haven't really touched this car in a very long time. Unfortunately, sometime last year during the summer when I didn't spend that much time at the shop, the fuel pumps seized. So the car doesn't run right now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get the fuel pump swapped out. I did do a little bit of research online because I wanted to find a Bosch pump that was compatible with the Bentley, and I couldn't find one online anywhere in the US. I didn't want to spend £500 on a pump that may or may not work, from the UK. So I did a little bit of research, and I found some pumps that may or may not work. So we're going to go up, put the car up in the air, or put it on jack stands because my lift's still occupied and I've got to move too many cars around. But we'll get up on the jack stands, we'll see, we'll pull the old pump off, compare it to the pumps that I have, and then see if they work. So let me show you what I got. So I have two pumps here. This is a Bosch original pump. This is an aftermarket pump. All of the Bosch pumps, if you aren't familiar with them, they're now much skinnier than they used to be, but they provide this spacer so that they can mount them on the bracket. That's kind of been the same way for the last, 15 years. This is an aftermarket pump. It looks exactly like an original Bosch pump from the era, but it's not a Bosch pump. The two main differences between these two pumps is the inlets. This one's obviously a lot thicker than this one. The outlets I think are about the same. What it boils down to when you select a fuel pump is that the pressure ratings have to be right and the flow ratings have to be right. And then obviously the inlet and the outlets have to match. Outlets not so much important because you can always unbolt these, unscrew these, and put the old, the original one on if it fits. But this is obviously something that you have to figure out and make sure it works. And then obviously the pressure and flow. With an engine like this, you need to have plenty of fuel getting to the engine so that it works. So let me get the car up. I'll pull the old pump off, and then we'll compare it next to these ones and see where we are. All right. Okay, guys. So I have the pump out. This is the original pump. It is definitely locked up. I just tried to run a 12 voltage to it directly, and it really didn't want to move. The part number is 0580254, sorry, and then I think it's 918. So that's the original pump. I think that's the factory pump that was originally on the car. If you look at the fittings, this fitting is different to this one over here. It's a slightly little bit different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one off and swap it over with this one, which I think I should be able to do. So we ran into a little bit of a problem. The Bosch pump that I got, which had the right size inlet, didn't have the right thread pitch for the outlet. So as a result, you couldn't thread the fitting that goes onto the Bentley fuel system onto that Bosch pump. This pump, on the other hand, has the wrong size inlet. So I swapped these pieces over, and I put a new crush washer on it, and I'm going to try it with this one, but it's kind of a gamble because that is a little bit fatter than the other one, and the hose may not stretch over it, so we'll see what happens. Hey guys, so I got the fuel pump on. Everything went reasonably okay. It was one of the crush washers, one of the new crush washers that I used from the new fuel pump caused the leak. It didn't fit right, so I had to reuse the old crush washer. And obviously the thicker neck on on the newer fuel pump just made it a little bit difficult to get that hose on, but I used a little bit of silicone and I was able to push it on. It's not an ideal solution, and I'd really like to find a pump like this that would have this thin outlet but the right thread fitting for the Bentley whatever this thing's called. I don't know what you want to call it. Yeah, apart from that, I mean, it was awkward underneath the car. It's, you know, there's lots of beams and stuff like that underneath there, and they could have designed it a little bit better, shall we say. But, you know, all in all, everything's fine. The car does fire up now, which is great. I can hear the fuel pump once again. And there you go, it's running. It runs okay. Obviously I need to get it out on the highway and see how it behaves with the with this fuel pump. Make sure that it's getting enough fuel when it needs to, at full speed, at full throttle. But for now it seems like a pretty good deal. I mean, the pump was very inexpensive. The aftermarket pump, I think, was probably less than $50. So happy it works. Certainly cheaper than $500, and it was sitting on my shelf anyway, so I'll just return this one because I don't need it. What else? Yeah, so one thing you can help me with on this car is, you notice that when I shut the engine off, let me just take this. So this car has got some really oddball behavior. I can't start the car right away. I have to wait for that beep. And then sometimes it will only crank for a second and then shut itself off. And I'm not sure exactly why it does that, but it's pretty unique to this car. So if you can help me figure that out, then I'd be very grateful. I also had a question regarding this. So I'm about ready to do some paint work before it gets too hot, because right now the weather's glorious. It's about 30 degrees Celsius here in Texas. You believe it or not, it was 6 weeks ago, it was minus 18 or something crazy like that. But it's 30 degrees Celsius right now. I got to fix this because I want my painter who did agree to paint this car, or at least, you know, paint the damaged areas. You know, he wants to do it in the next couple of weeks, and I'm fine with that. But I'm not sure exactly how to fix this. I don't know whether it could be PDR'd, and I know that you're going to have to do some paint work and sand it back, but I'm kind of leery about using a stud welder. I may have to, but yeah, how would you guys tackle this job? Let me know. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.